Hare Krishna, Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त विंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त विंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त विंद। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Saturday. It is 3rd of May, and it is Madhusudana Masa or Vaishaka Masa, Sukla Paksham, and Saptami Tithi. So there is one Vaishnav Jayanti today. So today is the Jakhmi Saptami. Jakhmi is another name for Ganga Devi. So there is a beautiful pastime about it. During the pastime of Bhagirath, when he was bringing Ganga Devi from the upper planetary systems to down. And then whenever it was flowing, Ganga river was flowing. So Jethnu Muni, so he has followed in between whenever his Buddharani, the water in his Buddharani, it was spilled in the water. So he has swallowed all the Ganga water. So likewise, later on the request of Bhagiratha, so he has released the Ganga water through his ears. So from that time, Ganga Devi is also considered as the daughter of Jahnamuni. So that's why she has got a name like a Jahnavi. So there's a pastime from this pandizati.com. On this day, the Ganga is worshipped and many people make offerings to the forefathers and bathe in the Ganga. On this day, if possible, one should worship the Ganges and bathe in her waters. So if anyone devotees, if anyone has got some kind Ganga water in your homes, just sprinkle 1 or 2 drops on your top of your heads. So that is also auspicious. And from Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Shri Navadvipa Mahatmya, chapter 13, description of Vijayanagara and the Jahnadvipa. As Nityananda spoke, they went to Janagara, where they saw the enchanting hermitage of Jakhnu Muni. Nityananda Prabhu explained, the this enchanting place named Jakhnu is known as Bhadravana. At this place, Jakhnu Muni underwent penances and received darshana of the golden form of Gauranga. Jahnamuni was sitting here chanting his Gayatri mantra when his Achamana cup fell into the Bhagirathi or Ganges and was swept away by the currents. He opened his mouth and drank all the water in one gulp. King Bhagirath thought, where was the Ganges gone? He concluded that Jahnamuni had drunk the Ganges. The king was overwhelmed with anxiety and worshipped the Muni for several days. The Muni then released the Ganges from his body. Because of this incident, the Ganges is known as Jahnavi, the daughter of Jehnu, throughout the world. Okay, so that is a little pastime about the name of Ganges as Jahnu or Jahnavi. Okay, so that is from the event's perspective. So we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Uddhava is speaking to Vidura about his pastimes and how unfortunate these people of Dwaraka, even though Krishna was present in the family of Yadu, but they could not recognize him as the supreme personality of Godhead. So likewise, this Uddhava is remembering that these pastimes after Krishna has disappeared from this planet. So yesterday he was mentioning Dirbhago Bata Lokoyam Yadavo Nitaramapi Esam Vasanto Naviduhu Harim Meena Ivodupam. Just like the fishes, even though they are in the ocean, so moon also has come out from the ocean. Those fishes, because of foolishness, they think that the moon is also one of it, but they do not understand what is actually the moon is. Similarly, The Yadu family people, they were also thinking Krishna as a one of those people, one of those family, Yadu family. And further, Uddhava is describing, so even though the family of Yadu, they were all learned and they have got knowledge of transcendental knowledge, but they understood that Krishna is who is the super soul dwelling in the heart of all the living entities. In such a way, they are understood up to only that point. They could not recognize him as the original personality of Godhead. So likewise, he is mentioning position of the Yadu family. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 2 and verse number 9. किञ्चिज्ञाः पुरुप्रौढाः एकारामस्य सात्वताः सात्वतां वृषभं सर्वे भूतावासम् अमं सतम् इङ्कितज्ञाः पुरुप्रौढाः इङ्कितज्ञाः so inkitajnaha is the expert in the psychic study. Purupraudaha is the highly experienced. Purupraudaha inkitajnaha purupraudaha and ekaramascha satvataha and they were spending time with Krishna in all the relaxation times. So arama is the relaxation periods. So when we are sitting like relaxedly, they will try to understand each other in a more detailed way and talking the friendly way of conversations. So eka aramascha satpataha. Satpataha is the devotees or old men, the family of Edo dynasty. Ekaramascha Satpataha. Satpatam Rushabham Sarve. Satpatam Rushabham, the head of the family. Satpatam Rushabham. Rushabham is the greatest of all the Satpatas. Rushabham, head of the family. Satpatam Rushabham Sarve. And they were thinking, Sarve all Bhutavasam Abamsatam. Bhuta Avasam. Avasam is the all-pervading Lord who exists in the heart of all the living entities. Bhuta Avasam Amamsata. They could think Krishna in such a way. Krishna is the super soul who is in the heart of all the living entities. But they could not go beyond that he is the supreme original supreme personality of Godhead. They understand Krishna as only the Paramatma feature. Likewise, Uddhava is mentioning to Vidura. Inkijñāः pururpraudhāः ekaramashya satpatāः satpatam vrishabham sarve bhutavasam amam satam. So translation for this verse. The Yadus were all experienced devotees, learned and expert in psychic study. Over and above this, they were always with the Lord in all kinds of relaxations, and still they were only able to know Him as the one Supreme who dwells everywhere. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request Sanchita Mataji to read the purport, please?
Hare Krishna. In the Vedas, it is said that the Supreme Lord or the Paramatma cannot be understood simply by the strength of one's erudition or power of mental speculation. Nayam Atma on my phone, so it's very small. Nayam Atma Pravachena Labhyo na Medhaya na Bhanuna Shrutena. Katha Upanishad 1.2.23. He can be known only by one who has the mercy of the Lord. The Yadavas were all exceptionally learned and experienced, but in spite of their knowing of the Lord as the one who lives in everyone's heart, they could not understand that he is the original personality of Godhead. This lack of knowledge was not due to their insufficient erudition, it was due to their misfortune. In Vrindavan, however, the Lord was not even known as Paramatma because the residents of Vrindavan were pure, unconventional devotees of the Lord and could think of him only as their object of love. They did not know that he is the supreme personality of Godhead. The Yadus or the residents of Dwarka, however, could know Lord Krishna as Vasudeva or the super soul living everywhere, but not as the supreme Lord. As scholars of the Vedas, they verified the Vedic hymns Eko Devaha Sarva Bhuta Dvivasah Antaryami and Vrishinam Paradevata. The Yadus therefore accepted Lord Krishna as the super soul incarnated in their family and not more than that. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So here in this purport, Vedas in the Vedas it is said that the Supreme Lord or the Paramatma cannot be understood simply by the strength of one's erudition or power of mental speculation. See, this is Nayam Atma Pravachanena. Pravachanena is by speaking. Pravachana is the Vachana is the good words. Pravachana is very good words. Atma Pravachanena about the transcendental knowledge. Nayam Atma Pravachanena. Labhyo na medhaya and not by intelligence. Na bahuna shrutena. Even the one is going through so many of studying the literature. Shrutena. Na bahuna shrutena. So, but he can be known only by one who has the mercy of the Lord. Ata Sri Krishna Namadi na Vividgrahim Indriyehi. And then Sevonmukehi Jihvado Swayameva Sprutyadaha. The Lord by his mercy only he will be revealed to the devotee. When the devotee is engaged in Sevonmukehi Jihvado, starting from the tongue, Jihva, and all other senses, when he engages all his senses in the service of the Lord, then Lord reveals himself on his own by his mercy. Otherwise, no one can understand. Atasri Krishnamadi na bevet grahimindriyehi. One cannot understand Krishna through his senses. And here the Yadavas were all exceptionally learned and experienced. But in spite of their not knowing the Lord as the one who lives in everyone's heart, they could not understand that he is the original personality of Godhead. Here, Yadavas were all exceptionally learned. Who are the Yadavas? Vasudeva, Devaki, and Ugrasena, and everyone, Akrura, many of those associates of Krishna. Krishna's parents, they were all. So Vasudeva and Devaki, they know that Krishna as the form, like in their previous lives as the um, Atidi and Kashyapa, and before that is the Prishnigarba, Sutapa and Prishni. So during that time, as Prishnigarba, he has got the four-handed form of the Lord, and as the son of Aditi Mata, so there he was like a Vamana Deva, and now he has appeared with the four-handed form of the Lord, and then he has studied himself into two hands. Uh, on the request of the Vasudeva and the Devaki. So when he has appeared in the Madura in the prison in front of, and he has spoken that he has appeared as two times already before as their son. So they understand that the Supreme Lord is only like who lives in the everyone's heart. In such a way they understand, but they could not understand that he is the original personality of Godhead. So Ishwaraha Paramaha Krishnaha Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govindaha Sarvakarana Karanam. That is the original Krishna. And everything else, like all the Vishnu forms, Karnodakasai Vishnu, Garbhodakasai Vishnu, Kshirodakasai Vishnu, and Leela avatars, Guna avatars, Sektavesh avatars, Manvantara avatars. All these are all Ete Chamsha Kalaha Pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mrudiyanti Yuge Yuge. That is Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. They could not understand that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. So this lack of knowledge was not due to their insufficient erudition, it was due to their misfortune. This is, he was mentioning, Durbhago Batalokoyam. So Buddha mentioned that Durbhago Batalokoyam, Yadavo Nitaramapi, specifically this Yadu family. Yadavo Nitaramapi, specifically Yadu dynasty. It was due to their misfortune. In Vrindavana, however, the Lord was not even known as the Paramatma because the residents of Vrindavana were pure, unconventional devotees of the Lord and could think of Him only as their objective of love. This is the very beautiful statement in the Vrindavana. So people always they Radhe Radhe and then they will all speak in Thakurji like that. Is Krishna is one of them. So they also chant the mantra like Radhe Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Sham, Sham Sham, Radhe Radhe. So very beautiful. It is similar to Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, but instead of Hare, they straight away addressing Radharani, and also instead of Rama, here he addressing Shama there. Very beautiful. It is that it comes like naturally, and also people appears so blissful there to live, and among those people, Rajavasis, one of those. When I have gone to the Bandiravana where Krishna and Radharani got married under the banyan tree, and that is the place when one of the pastimes that Krishna has performed, uh, that swallowing the fire. After swallowing the fire, he has brought all of the children. So it mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto that he brought everyone unto that banyan tree. So the Mataji was, Induleka Mataji was telling about that one. Is the 19th chapter, 23 shlok, I think. Is that okay? This is chapter 1923. 19, okay, swallowing the forest fire. So here he has brought that, yes, this one 13. The covered boys opened their eyes and were amazed to find not only that the cows had been saved from the terrible fire, but they had all been brought back to the Bhandira tree. So this tree, that Mata, that is under this tree, Radha and Krishna, they got married in front of Brahma. Brahma was the priest there. That has happened. The Mataji was saying, unless the mercy of this Vrindavana people, one cannot enter into the Goloka Vrindavana. And here Attili Vrindavana is kind of a medium before going back to the Goloka Vrindavan. And everyone, it appears that people are asking for money, but in return, the money is not going anywhere. It is still in the Vrindavana only. They do not live luxuriously. They will live in the ordinary way of life only there. But they will, in return, they spend all the money only for the Krishna devotional service and giving in charity, feeding the people and cows. That's all they do it. So, but people may think in another way. And sometimes there are so many cows in the Vrindavana. So one of the person, I think his name was Ramesh Ji, something like that. So he is maintaining 200,000 cows in one particular place, only one place. So that is also, he was, when I was at the Mangat in the Barsana, so he was taking darshan of Shri Radha and Krishna. So during that time, he has come there, and then I got a chance to see him as well. So in Vrindavan, he is maintaining the cows, 200,000 cows at one place. It is unimaginable. And he is also arranging in the Barsan whenever going to the the main temple. This is Bhanugad, where Radharani temple, Shri Ladli Ki Maharaj. So they call Radharani is the Maharaj, Ladli Ki Maharaj in the Barsana. So he is also maintaining the food distribution, those things. So money is not going anywhere. They are all spending for the cow's sake and for the devotee's sake, and it stays in the Vrindavan. Their life is so ordinary, a very simple life. So this is what Prabhupada is mentioning. Uh, there were pure, unconventional devotees of the Lord and could think of him only as their object of love. So that is the ultimate thing. And they did not know that he is the supreme. Here, they did not know means here the Yadava family did not know that he is the personality of Godhead. So the Yadus or the residents of Dwaraka, however, could know the Lord Krishna as Vasudeva or Super Soul living everywhere, but not as the Supreme Lord. So here, the Krishna is the original personality of Godhead when he appears as in different forms, Leela Avataras. There is no difference between the Leela Avataras and Krishna. So that is also mentioned in the Brahma Samhita. Krishna is the original candle. Everyone are also the same candles of the same potency. But first candle is Krishna. दीपाक्षरे विहितसान्त्रमभ्युपेत्य दीपायते युवृत हेतु समान धर्म. Samana dharma, these are all of the same. And then, as scholars of the Vedas, they verified the Vedic hymns, Eko Devaha and Sarva Bhutadivasaha, Antaryami, Vrishtinam Paradevata. Likewise, even Narayana Upanishad also mentions Devaki Brahmanyo Devaki Putro. So, likewise, those are all mentioning. But the Yadus therefore accepted Lord Krishna as the super soul incarnated in their family and not more than that. So that is when we see in the Goloka Vrindavana, Goloka chart, there the Vrindavana is the topmost. Outside that one is or below that one is the Madura, below that is Jagannath Puri, below that one is the Dwaraka, and below that one is Ayodhya, and then below that Vaikunta planets. So these are all the structure levels of Goloka chart. It is described. All are called Vaikuntha planets only, but again still there are little bit of variances in the transcendental variances. Okay, so that is about this. Prabhupada is describing in detailed way why Buddha is saying that Durbhagan Batalokoyam Yadavo Nitaramapi, why the Yadu family is most misfortunate. So that's why Inkitajnaha Purupravadha Yekaramasha Satvataha Satvatam Vrishabham Sarve Bhutavasam Amam Sata. Okay, so that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Okay, so today letter to Haimavati, July 30th, 1970, Los Angeles. Okay, so can I request we have got a show. Is that new name or our devotees? Can you Hare Krishna Shiv Prabhuji? Would you like to read this letter if you are available? Thank you for joining. Or can I request any unallocated devotees to read this letter?
Hare Krishna. Can you read?
Yes, Mataji, please.
My dear Hemavati, please accept my blessing. I have not heard from you recently how you are and I have been anxious to know that you are recovering well from your car accident injury. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your package yesterday which contained one of deity clothes. I have immediately immediately go them go them on my deity, and they are wearing them and looking so beautiful. You have made the color and clothes so nicely. Uh, I am very much pleased. You are lying for some times in the hospital bed and still you are not wasting a moment of your time. This attitude is very good. This is Krishna consciousness, not to waste even a single moment without serving the Lord in in some in some way or other. So you have made this very nice dress for Krishna and Radharani, although you are so much inconvenienced by your injury. I am very glad that you have got this feeling to not waste even a single moment in the service of the body and mind, but to utilize very carefully every moment of life in the living service of the Lord. I beg to thank you once more for the beautiful clothes for Radha Krishna. Your able well-wisher A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji. Any points you wanted to stress, Mataji?
Hare Krishna. Bro. Yeah, here is Prabhupada nicely, written to Himavati that she has, first of all, she was mm, that Prabhupada was incensed because if she has accident, like car accident, and she was injured. So, and and then just, sorry. Yeah, and then this Himamati Mataji has sent some clothes with the Krishna and Radharani, and then Prabhupada has put them, and he was telling that even though Himamati Mataji is in hospital, but still she has utilized her time for the Krishna and not wasted. And that's why Prabhupada is so happy and so glad that every moment she has used her even she was in hospital and not it was inconvenience for her, but still she has made this Radharani clothes and all. So Prabhupada is saying that yes, we have to not waste our any time, and utilize how for the Krishna consciousness and what she has done even though she was injured. So yeah. uh, and then again Prabhupada was thanking for sending the clothes, and it was very nice. And yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very nicely explained. So he plays very carefully every moment of life in the loving service of the Lord. Okay, any other point, dear devotees, you wanted to add more? Sanjita Mataji, you wanted to add anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yamina Mataji has nicely explained. It's a small and simple letter. So, yeah, Hemavati Mataji, she was the wife of Hamsadutta, I think, and they were serving in the temple in Germany. And she was very much she was a pujari there and doing all of the deity service. And here in this letter, Prabhupada is anxious that, this shows Prabhupada's concern, like even with so much busy schedule he had, 12 years time he had around 14 times around the world and so much, but still he has so much love, affection and care for all his disciples. So though this Mataji has sent this beautiful deity dress, very nicely done, Prabhupada was very pleased, but because she did not write a letter, that's why Prabhupada is showing how anxious he is, like why, how she's recovering after the accident, and that maybe and she was engrossed so much in making the dress that she forgot to write the letter. And with so much, and how Prabhupada is mentioning, like she has really understood the essence of Krishna consciousness, that not to waste even a muhurta, a moment of time in life, and engage it so blissfully in Krishna's service and forget which transcending above the bodily discomforts and pains. So that's what Mataji has done. So Prabhupada is, so in this small letter he so many times he said, I'm very pleased, thank you, and I really appreciate so many times. So this shows Prabhupada's affection and care for his disciples. Hare Krishna Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Very beautiful. Thank you so much, Mataji. And may I ask, like, if Prabhupada's deities, Prabhupada is saying, I have immediately got them on my deities. So what is my deities here is representing Krishna, and Prabhupada's father Gauramohan Day has given some deities when Prabhupada was child. Is it the same deities Prabhupada was having even at his last ages as well, last years? Anyone has got any idea, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, yeah, that's a nice question, but I'm not sure, because Prabhupada as a sannyasi, when he used to travel, uh, in other letters we have not seen any such mention that he used to travel with his deities. They were there till Vrindavan, but after that, when he was in Vrindavan, it was there. But after he knew that he will be traveling, and in his Jaladuta experience also he has never mentioned. So
Yes,
not sure, Prabhu,
the
here.
Prabhupada kept the deities at his home before he left home. Could it be?
Mm, so, Prabhu, where is this? Can you just go in the top, like where he is writing this letter from? Is it from? Can you
Uh,
scroll?
from last
From Los Angeles. So not sure, Prabhu, about this one. And we have to find out. Yeah, that's a good question.
yeah, sure. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the updates point of view, so today evening we have got a Chaitanya Charitam session. So we are going to do by ourselves. We don't have a special speaker or guest speakers today evening. And today afternoon we have got Krishna Club. We don't know yet how many children are going to pop up into the Krishna Club today. Okay, so those are upcoming events, and I request the devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything or any questions, kindly share or kindly ask.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I just have one small question. Here was mentioned that this Yadu dynasty was the unfortunate misfortune, because Krishna is with them and still they don't know about the God.
Yeah.
So same thing in Vrindavan, they don't accept him as a God, or it's just friend or like this. So how is the difference between Yadu dynasty and then Vrindavan?
So residents of Vrindavana were pure unconventional devotees of the Lord. They directly. So in the future, understanding the Lord, Vadantat Tatvam Yajnanamadhyam Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavaniti Sajjate. The three levels, Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti Sajjate. Brahman is the one who just more only the Mayavadis, Jnanis, they approach the Lord in the Brahman. They want to merge themselves in the Brahma Jyoti. Paramatma is the yogi who meditate on the four-handed form of the Lord, the beautiful Narayana form or the Vishnu forms. And he concentrate his mind and through pranayama and everything, and also meditate on his pastimes, and absorb in that form. That is Narayana form. But the Bhagavan iti Siddhite, the third realization is the Bhagavan, original personality of Godhead, who is the source of everything, who is the source of even though Narayana as well. Narayanangam Narbhu Jalai Narbhu. Uh, there is a Brahma mentions that one Are you not Narayana? So likewise, Narayanangam, Narbhujalayana, something like that. Are you not Narayana? So then Krishna was silent. So Krishna is not exact. There is no difference between Krishna and Narayana, but Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, and Narayana is his opulent expansion. Here, Dwarka people in the mood of worshipping the Lord in the either Narayana or the Paramatma, but not the original Krishna himself. So Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, but in Vrindavana, they are pure unconventional devotees. They address only Krishna, Sham, Radha Sham. That is the difference. But whenever Krishna says to Arjuna, when after showing his Vishwarupa form, universal form, and then coming back to the two-handed form, at the time he says to um, Krishna, Arjuna that this form, Sudurdarsham idam rupam drishtvamasi yanmama devapi asya rupasya nityam darshana kankshinaha. Oh Arjuna, so my this form, everyone are desiring to see this form. It is which is so dear. Naham vedehi na tapasa na dhanena na chejjaya sakya evam vidho drashtum drishtavanasi mam yada. So he says, one cannot understand. Naham vedehi, by studying the Vedas, one cannot understand. Na tapasa, not by the meditation, tapasya. Na dhanena, not by the charity. Na chejya, not by the worship. Sakya evam vidho drashtum drishtavan asi mam yata. So these are the not the processes. He mentions bhaktya ananya sekya aham evam vidorjana. Jnatum drashtum cha tatvena praveshtum cha parantapa. So only when engaged in the devotional service, only by undivided devotional service, can Lord be understood as he is, just standing before Arjuna. He says, this is what Sevonmukehi Jihvado, engaging oneself, all his senses and Karanendriyas, Jnanendriyas, senses, and everything in the devotional service of the Lord. Mamchayo Abhivicharena Bhakti Yogena Sevate. That is that directly addressing Krishna. Then only Praveshtum cha Parantapa. That is Jnatum Drashtum cha Tatvena Praveshtum cha Parantapa. Here, the residents of Vrindavana, they are pure unconventional devotees. Means always they only know Krishna because they could think of him only as their object of love. Krishna is the person. That's it. That is called pure unconventional. Even though here, Yadu family they know that Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead, but did they engage themselves in the devotional service to the Lord? Though they are accompanying the Lord, did they engage? Did they serve like here like the Vrindavana devotees? So that is the difference. So here the object of love, of course, there also Shriyadhamangam Achyutam. There also Krishna is the objective of attraction for everyone in the Edu family, but engaging themselves in the service of the Lord, that is the essential service, devotional service that is required directly. That is that we could see in the Vrindavana. Does that answer Mataji?
Yes, yes, yes. Thanks. Yes, it's different.
Yeah, so there is a small variance. So here devotees of Vrindavana, they're directly serving. So either Addaihi, Pranaihi Addaihi Diya Vacha. All of their life and soul, their money, their intelligence, their words, everyone speak about only Krishna, Thakurji, like that. Radhe, Radhe. They do not say even hello, something like that. They will say Radhe, Radhe. Either sitting or standing or yawning. In every time they say Radhe, 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 Radha Rani, like that. So, and this is Again, there is a beautiful pastime. There is one more temple in the Barsana, that is Mor Biharji temple, where Krishna and Radharani they take the form of the peacocks and dance. So that is once again very beautiful pastime is there.
When you went this time, you went there in Vrindavan?
Yes, it's during those 3 days visit, and the second day during the Barsana, there Bhanugad, Danagad, Managad, Morbiharji. So those temples got a chance to see those temples through.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can you just say more about when we met last Sunday? I did not get a chance to ask you about your Vrindavan Yatra. What are the other places you have been?
Yeah, I didn't get chance.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. So in the Vrindavana, we have got down in the Delhi airport and we took a taxi there, the airport taxi. But if we have pre-arranged it, it would have costed 3,500 rupees, something like that. But we took there, so they charge a little bit more, 5,000 rupees. That would be the most for a bigger taxi. And then once we landed there, it is all good for the devotees like us, I mean, who are coming from the foreign countries, they could stay nearer to the Krishna Balram temple. It is not possible for them to stay any part of the Vrindavan. Of course, it is possible, but we have been accustomed for a little bit of comforts. So that's why we do not push each other likewise. So, and also we wanted to see little bit of cleaner places. So such kind of devotees could stay nearer to Krishna Balarama temple. I got an opportunity to stay next to the temple, Hare Krishna residency. I think they were charging 2,000 rupees per night. I stayed there for 4 nights with family, my wife and 2 children, Digit and Sahati and Nadari. And that evening, the day when we have landed, so we were very hungry, and then we directly straight away went to the Govinda's restaurant and had some prasad, and then we went to the evening Gaur Arati, and then it was very blissful, and then stayed there until 9:30 like that. It was so hot, and we were drinking lots of water. Yeah, and then taking the darshan and met some devotees there, and we wanted to do some kind of contribution for Mangalarati and Gaurarati. We did that one, and some devotees met. It was so nice. Later on, we have been tired, and then we went back to the hotel. There are Prabhupada Ashrama, which is next to the temple itself. That is also very nice. I haven't got any chance to see. I requested the devotee who is serving there in the Goshala. He said that okay, Hare Krishna residence is the best one compared to the other things. Likewise, so I have not got a chance to see all of these things to make a choice. I accepted whatever it is coming in. So room number 108. So we stayed there. Later on in the next day, once we took the rest there, but of course we need to compromise with little bit of the hygiene, those things, but still it is good. But yes, he was there. But those too much of humidity outside, hot weather. And in the next day morning, we have got Haridas Prabhuji, like a guide. He was a brahmachari, and it was arranged for me by one of the other devotee. And here we went to the temple in the early morning for the Mangalarati. We woke up at the 4:30 and then went there and then took the darshan. And then we waited there until the Prabhu comes, and he asked us to come to the Rangji temple. So it is the Ranganatha temple, I think, Rangji temple they call. So we went there and he take us through. The first starting point is the darshans. Narsimha Hanuman. So that is, he showed us Narsimha Hanuman. And then later on, he took us to Radha Govindji temple. That is where Rupa Goswami established this temple, Radha Govindji temple, the big temple, the original place where he is worshipped. And the deities are now in the Jaipur, as we know that, but still those deities, the replica of those deities are kept there and to worship. And then he has warned us that if anyone has got the cell phones or spectacles, these two things, or we should not expose these two objects. Otherwise, the monkeys will come and steal and then ask for some fruity and fruits. And that is their trading business. Monkeys, they steal it, it's spectacles or phones, and then we need to give the fruits or fruity.
Yeah, that is the me.
Yes, and then we have got warned first warning, and then first one we were alert, and second time monkeys came and then they take the my daughter's spectacles. But we try to get a fruity very quickly, going to the shop and then get it and try to exchange it. By the time it has bitten some of the part of the uh, spectacles, but still it was visible. But later on in the second time, we were uh, a bit late to get the fruities, and they have taken the Sati spectacles. Okay, so that is monkey's business. They wanted to trade, do the business with the devotees or who are having this. But most of the devotees in the Vrindavana, they do not wear spectacles. I asked them why this, so they do not go through this kind of visionary problems. Likewise, maybe and also the Prabhu was saying, whenever Krishna was in the Vrindavan, he was stealing the butter in all these things. When he was going, he has trained these monkeys, you do my business later on. So it was very nice to hear those things.
Uh,
That was part of Leela as well, Krishna Leela. So second time you did not get your
No,
glasses, Prabhu.
no,
Oh no.
we got this fruities, but it was late. And these monkeys, they have a transferred one monkey to another monkey. So one monkey we gave the chips, but still it did not like it. It gave it to, and it has thrown on the top of the building. Another monkey came and took that one and trying to chew that, but
oh, okay.
we could not get the fruit or fruits immediately, but it has taken away.
Oh,
Okay, so that is Radha Govindji temple, and then further we went to the Radha Damodar temple, so where the Prabhupada's ashram or his bhajan kutir was there, and there is a samadhi as well, Rupa Goswami Samadhi, and many other samadhis as well. All Jaydev Goswami Samadhi is also there. And then we took the darshan and also did pradakshina 3 times in the Radha Damodar temple. Um, and then there, later on, Radha Vallabh temple, we went to Radha Vallabh temple and the Banke Biharji temple. Banke Biharji temple, it is so crowded. It will be very difficult to go with the family. By the time my wife and children, they got tired, they could not come. I went with Prabhuji and then it was too rush. I lost my chappals, lost in the chance. Uh, I don't know, but I thought it was my shoe, my slippers, but I was still contemplating, is it mine or not? But when I went to the Radha Vallabha temple, someone has taken it. So my anxiety has gone. That is fine. But I took the darshan of Banke Biharji temple, Radha Vallabha temple, and then went to the Brahma Kund, where Lord Brahma has composed the Brahma Samhita and worshipped Krishna. Brahma Kund is there. We went to there, which is also nearer to the Ramji temple. Later on, Seva Kunj, we went to the Seva Kunj. In the Seva Kunj, nearer to the Seva Kunj, there is, I think, Gopeshwar Mahadev temple is also there. And then Radha Ramanji temple, we went to the where Krishna has transformed the this Salagramasila into the deity. So we took darshan and they were giving the small pot, small tiny meaty pot with some kind of halwa in it, saying that we need to buy it for 100 rupees. And then if we take it one, we cannot put entire hand into that little pot. It is very tiny. And Prabhuji was asking, you need to eat with your finger, the mother finger. And he told one story about it. So when we are eating prasadam, we use all hands, but this mother finger is not used even while chanting. We do not touch that one. He says that when that the mother finger was given a boon that uh, you will be used in eating the prasadam of the Lord by putting this thing and then eating that one, that kind of puli or something like that, that pot, that prasadam. So that happened. We took that from Radharamanji temple. And then we nearby there is again Radha Krishna, Vijay Krishna, and some deities are there. We went there and sat for some time and we took darshan. And there are many samadhis and cows where I don't remember exactly what it is called. I think possibly, yeah, I don't remember so many samadhis except the Gopal Bhatta Goswami and the Raghunath Bhatta Goswami samadhis. We have seen all the samadhis of our Goswamis and Lokanath Goswami, Narottama Das Thakur, and all of those samadhis as well.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Gopal Bhatt Goswami's Samadhi is in the Radharaman temple itself. So, in the temple complex, when you enter, I think it's there behind in the back, and where and the deities appear, that place is also there. So, it's a big complex. I haven't been there, but I've seen in a video. So, Gopal Bhatt Goswami's Samadhi is there.
Um, right, okay.
Yeah, so where where there was a tree under which Gopal Goswami ji used to like do his bhajan kriya, and then after Nasimha Chaturdashi, when I mean Lord Radhanaman appeared Swayambhu, so that tree, there's a place, so they have built a small, not temple but covered area, like where, for samadhis they do a small kind of small temple, or what you can see. Yeah, the tree is not there, but they have done that, and they call it appearance of Sri Radharamanji. So that place is there, and opposite to that, just very near, which is at the back of the temple. So there you have Gopal Bhatt Goswamiji's samadhi.
Okay. Yeah, so we were going in a bit rushy kind of thing. So within 3 days, it is difficult to cover possibly. Um, or I don't remember exactly what I have seen. When Prabhupada was, that Prabhuji was explaining, I was hearing all of these things. And then later on the next day, on the same day, my family got retired. They were tired, and then in the afternoon they went back to the hotel. And Prabhuji took me to the four places. One is the Bandiravan, and Belvan, and Vamsivat, and another one is the Kusuma Sarovar. Kusuma Sarovar is the place where when Radha Rani was bit in a sulkiness, she was I think she was crying and her tears fall. I think it is Mansarovar, I think. So
Yes, that's Mansarovar. That's right.
Mansarovar. So that
But I think Mansaro is not Lakshmi ji. Same like something about Lakshmi ji. No?
Lakshmi it is in the Bel one.
Oh yes, Bell.
Yeah, Lakshmi is in the Bel one, and
Pandir one where Krishna and Radha get married. Pandir one.
that is Bandir one.
Yeah, so beautiful.
That is Bandir one and Bel one. So generally, it is not much crowded places. Only devotees who understand these pastimes, they only can go and see and understand and experience that place. But not everyone. Everyone else see only the trees and stones. That's all.
Yeah, and also they say like it's without Radharani's mercy. Like even you said you went as a family, but not everyone could go. So it's only by the as we read this purport, without their permission or mercy, we cannot go there. So that place, and they say like I know, we always say we should go by the scriptures and all, but I was listening to one of these lectures from one of the Prabhu in Vrindavan, and he was saying, like, not everything, all the day-to-day pastime, it's not written in any book, but it's like word of mouth. The Vrajvasis, they have just passed on. There's so much pastime, like, which are not written in Bhagavatam or any other scriptures or any other ISKCON devotees they do not mention, but this even if you ask any ISKCON devotee, even Prabhupada has not mentioned that I only found out by my own research that they got married in Bhandirvan, and Bhandirvan was also the place where they have, I think, a tree under which they all went, and his whole family like Nand Baba and all that, after they left Radharani and all, they left when the Leela was over. Krishna left his body and then he came to Vrindavan, and he took through a tunnel to just finishing all their leelas on earth. So they say those those souls who have been part of that marriage, who knew about it, only they can go there. So it's very, very special. Without that, nobody can even, it's not very far from Vrindavan, but you still cannot go there. That's what the Vrajvasis say. So of course we do not have any scriptural reference to that, Prabhu, but if you believe the Vrajvasis, then that is the thing. That's why you could go. Of course, you are a very pure soul. So that makes sense. Like, I can connect all those dots now. Yeah. So, yeah, please, Prabhu. Sorry, carry on.
Yes, and so there, when Mataji, I said Indulekha Mataji, she was mentioning that she is born 7 kilometers away from that bandera, that banyan tree where the Krishna's marriage was done, Radha Krishna's marriage. And she mentioned that she is also born in the same constellation as the Indulekha of Ashtasakis. Just
Wow, Hari Bol.
surprised, and she was giving she made some videos as well in the YouTube about the Katha, Bandera and Katha, the Radha Krishna's marriage, and she was giving small Katha, and some other devotees also coming there and meeting her, and she has fed us some food, some rice and then some sabji, and it was very nice, so tasty.
Did you had like in Pandirvan, like they give you Brajvasi, that Bajri roti line, like makhan?
Mataji has given some whatever she has prepared.
Okay.
And
So
that's
you
Somebody
went
came
with
with you.
so Indulekha Mataji also went, Prabhu?
With you?
Indulekha Mataji of Bandiravan, not our Indulekha Mataji.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay, I was thinking,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I was thinking, sorry, same. I was thinking, Sangha. Okay. Oh, so you mean she was showing you around the area, or she was telling about the pastimes?
He was telling about the pastime.
Okay.
The Prabhu who was showing me, and he has got a link to that Mataji. So he used to take, I think, devotees there as well. And they have got a devotees relationship. And Mataji and her family is also there. She has got 2 children, and she is a Hindi Pandit, something like that mentioned.
Okay. Yeah, very blessed to be getting that association of Brajvasis, Prabhu. So, especially in this special place, this place is so much hidden. Like it's not. None of the scriptures mention it. So
Yes,
these are very secret pastimes,
I,
confidential pastimes. Yeah.
yes, exactly. Prabhuji was saying the same thing. So it is very, we do not see everything in the scriptures. I was saying we go through the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and the scriptures, what is there. And Prabhuji was saying that is very tiny, but out of scriptures, there are so many things in the Vrindavan. And when we are going there, we have seen the nice pond, and there are some the cranes or the birds, which is the baka. Baka is Bakasura was a bird, a demon bird, which swallowed Krishna. So that one also the nearby. I have seen the pond. The birds are of similarly like we have seen in the Little Krishna. The bird is of the similar kind, but in a small way, just approximately 3 feet height, something like that. They were also there. I have seen while going in a car. And Prabhuji said that nearby that place where Krishna has killed this Bakasura, I did not go there to that particular place. And also we have seen so many peacocks in the farms. They were coming and eating those grains. We can see in the morning and evening, and in the daytime they will go into the bushes. And they used to come into this people's area as well, and then going on top of the houses or top of the current poles. Sometimes it was so nice to see, and then they're making very beautiful noises. Okay, so that is how we went there, Barsana. Later on, that happened on the second day, and but and we have gone to the place where Charan Pahadi, but no one was there. Just only Krishna's feet were printed on the stone. That we could see there, and there is a small pond also. The Prabhu was saying one past times about that uh, pond, but that pond was it is not that much clean completely. So much of fungus and all those stuff, algae. We did not enter into that water. We take the darshan of that Krishna's lotus feet. When he was in the Tribanga form, one feet is completely printed and another feet is of just only half bit, not even half bit, only quarter or 1/3 of the Krishna's footprint. That place is there. We took the pradakshina and then take the darshana and then we returned back. And then we went to the Nandgaon. Nandgaon where Krishna, so when after coming from Gokula, so this is the place where they have made their as their residence. That is Nandgaon. And then when we went there, so the one of the priests, he asked us if we give 500, we will take you to the nearer to the deities and you can sit there and then for some time take darshan like that. While it was closed, curtains were closed and everyone was sitting in front of the in the middle of the hall. One person was speaking about the pastimes and then he gave the some flute and some of the articles that were used for the deities, and we took the darshan and then we take some rest there. That is the Nanika. Um, and then we have returned back to our home and on that particular day. And the next day we went to the this Krishna's Gokul, and then where we took the Krishna, the Yashoda Mata's home, the Yashoda Mata and the Maharaj. In that home, it is of around 84 pillars. Out of those 84 pillars, 4 pillars are representing the 4 yugas, and many people are worshipping and taking protection of the 4 pillars in that Yashoda Mata's home. That is in the Gokula. Um, and then after that, we went to the place where Radha Dhamudra's these grinding mortar is there. So it is now 2 pieces. Previously, it was only 1 piece. It is now broken into 2. So they have put those 2 pieces there in a particular in a security kind of thing. But we took the darshan there. And then we went to the Ramana Reti where Krishna and Balram used to play in that sand. There is again there is a deer park. Deers like a small, I think there are different kinds of deers in the sand. So I think some trust is maintaining those deer park. And then I got a chance to roll on that sand as well. He asked me just roll, keep your head towards the Lord, and then keep legs opposite way and roll on that sand. The sand was a little bit moist, and because of otherwise too much dusty, it will go on to everywhere. People will go into the ice, so they have sprinkled some water on there. But still, I rolled on over it, and he said, "Don't remove the sand, all your face and body. Just stay as you are." And then just I walked with just only that wet clothes with the sanded body, and then went in an auto, and then went to the place where Ladli uh, Radharani's birthplace, Vishubhanu's home. We took the darshan there, and then we went to the pond where Radharani and Chandravali they have appeared in a lotus flowers. So this is again they were when a demoness was taking this Radharani and Chandravali. I think they are the children of the Vindhyavali, something like that. Uh, and then when the demoness was taking those two children, Radharani and Chandravali, so they have fallen to these lotus flowers in that pond. Whenever Rishabhanu Maharaj, he went in the next day, he has seen the babies there. One is Radharani and another one is the Chandravali. So Rishabhanu's brother, he is the Chandra. Um, his name is like a kind of Chandra. It starts with Chand Chandrabha, something like that. So that's why Chandravali is his daughter and Rishabhanu's daughter is Radharani. So they each one has got one daughter. So likewise, that pond, we have got an opportunity to see that pond. Um, that is the Ladli uh, Radharani. In the Barsana, in the Barsana temple, which is Bhavnagar, where Radharani is called Ladli Ki Maharaj. So nicely it is described there, Ladli Ki Maharaj. So that is the main temples we have seen. And apart from that, we went to the Gopeshwar Mahadev, and then which is in the Vrindavana, where the Krishna's pastimes, Raslila pastimes has happened. That Kadamba tree, those trees are there, still there. We got a chance to see those and try to collect the leaves fallen on the floor. That Gopeshwar Mahadev. Not many people are there. Very, very few people, numbers we can count in the fingers. So Gopeshwar Mahadev, and then we went to the this one Chakleshwar Mahadev, which is next to the Mansi Ganga. There itself, Sanatana Goswami's Bhajan Kutir is also there. So that happened on the third. Yeah, it is on the third day.
Ukhal Bandhan, you went to Ukhal Bandhan?
Mataji?
Ukhal Bandhan, which is
Ulukabandan. So this is Damodara pastime.
next to the Raman Reddy.
Yes, yes. Yeah, we went there.
Yeah, it's really nice. Yes, Sudamaya. The Ukhal is also still there.
Yes. So that grinding motor was there, the broken one. Mm. Likewise, and then later on, few other kunds, Narada Kund, Brahmanda Kund, Brahmanda Ghat, where Krishna has assured the universal form in his mouth to Yashoda, and that is a Brahmanda Ghat. I went there, and which is next to the Yamuna River. I went there and then took some water from the Yamuna and sprinkled on my head. And
Yeah, they go to Mati, like he said it's good to have Mati from there.
so that is the soil.
Brahman Ghat, like Mati where Krishna has eat Mati, and that what they call this dust.
Yeah, dust, yeah. Yeah, by the time as I have rolled on the Ramnareti, already my body is already dust. But I did not get a chance to collect it. But it has happened. And then later on I went to the Narada Kund where Narada has appeared. Uh, that Kund. Not many people are there. And Kusuma Sarovar where other Krishna's pastimes. Yeah, likewise, it was so experienced, but I felt that I did not get a chance to see there. He was saying so around 5,000 temples are there, but I did not even see around 20 or 30 are there also. We could experience, we could understand how much of things are there in the Vrindavan. Okay, so but when we get a chance, if we stay there around 6 months or 1 year, then we may get chance to see most of it, almost. Of course, still there may be that. But near to the Radha Kund and Sham Kund, so many bhajan kutis. Raghunath Das Goswami bhajan samadhi is also there. And many other, and there are Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Ashtabhuji's farm that is in the temple. There I got a chance to take darshan and then I take some prasad near to the Radha Kund there. And one of the Western and American devotee also they joined us for that moment to take a parikrama and offer prayers to Radha Kund. So we bite a So we bought a diya and flowers and offering to Radharani. And then, first of all, we offered our Guru Pranama, and then later on, with the Radha Kurpakataksham. So he asked us to chant the Radha Kurpakataksham and worship Radharani. So we did those prayers, and then later on we went to the Sham Kund. There also we did Diya Arati there. Um, yeah, and then later on we did Parikrama. So it's one Baba is still taking the some kind of golden stones or something stones, and he is doing Dandavat Pranam and then keeping stones. How many times he is doing? He does that one from morning to evening. I think many people are sadhus. They're sleeping nearer to that Govardhana Parikrama places, nearer to the Radha Kund. It's like somewhere or other, though they are not opulent, somewhere or other they're all happy in their in heaven. So that is what we see. They are a pure, unconventional devotees of the Lord, could think of him only as their object of love. Likewise, my Vrindavan on the last day, again coming to Krishna Balram temple and took the prasadam there. And then in the night, midnight, 1 o'clock, and we returned back from Vrindavan to Delhi airport. So that way, and then once I came back, and then and one day after, I went to the Tirumala. Tirumala is Lord Venkateshwara or the Narayana Swami is there. I went by bus, but while coming down, I came by walk, and then I took into the Sarvadarshana. Sarvadarshana is going in a queue. It took generally it takes around 10 to 12 hours, but on that day for me it took 4 hours, and took the darshan there, and then I have taken some prasadam, the laddus, which you have, which was distributed at Meena Mataji's home. I got there in the temple. Yeah, and then wandered around the places on top of the hill, 7 hills. That is the where Lord Venkateshwara Balaji temple is there. And then there is again the similar to the pastimes of Krishna and Yashoda. There is also pastimes of Lord Venkateshwara. His mother is Vakula Devi. Vakula Devi is mentioned as the Yashoda Mata's incarnation, and also her temple is also nearby, and Padmavati temple, which is the goddess of fortune. Those temples are there in and around the south at the Tirupati. I did not go to all these temples, just only went to the Tirumala temple and took the darshan, and then shaved my head there and came down again by walk. Later on, in the next day again, I got even chance to go to one of the Srinivasa Mangapuram, one more same Venkateshwara temple, but the date is very big, which is down the hills, but not too much crowded there. But I got a very darshan for a long time. You could see the deities staying there for a long time. But on the uh, temple on the hill, we get even half moment or half second is also very great. So likewise, they will immediately push. So, but though waiting for so many hours, they will push within a second. But in the here bottom in the Srinivasa Mangapuram, we stayed for so many minutes and then stayed there, and not many devotees are there. Uh, and then took the pradakshina around the temple once, and then returned back. Okay, so that is how my journey has happened. Pilgrimage in India, but weather was so hot in the April. They asked us if you wanted to come to Vrindavana, come in the month of September and October. It will be very pleasing, not too much hot. Okay, so that
Yeah,
is
then Karthik. Yeah, it's nice.
Haribol. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for
So
sharing.
Prabhuji, you
And
were saying like Tirumala, you walk from where, like temple to like where you walk, how you
I have come down from the top of the hill down to the steps. I came down by walking.
oh, because I didn't see it. It's like okay, you know what I mean? So there is you can walk as well, like okay.
Yes, so there are two paths. One is going up the hill. One is through the city, and another one is through. There is another way from Srinivasa Mangapuram. go up to the hill by any auto, but some people also walk. Some people they walk from different states, so many hundreds of kilometers just by walk until going up of the top of the hill just by walk. And many people they take the turmeric and then kumkuma and then applying for each and every step. So one side it is 4,500 steps through the city that is called Aliperi. Uh,
Mhm.
and another side it is around 2,000 steps, which is around it takes around 1.5 hours to climb or get down 1 hour. Other side it takes 3 hours to climb up and to come down 2 hours, something like that.
Okay, so from going there, everybody get darshan because sometimes we cannot get the darshan from main thing.
You need to have a patience.
There's so many queue up and like so many hours you to wait, and it's not like that from other side.
Yes, so devotees, once we go there, I think there are some slots, and especially on the festival days, it will be difficult. Devotees will be kept in the compartments. And then put them for maybe hours or 2 hours, something, or 3 hours. That depends on the volume of devotees.
Okay.
Hare
So
Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu, for
Very
sharing.
nice, Prabhu. Thank you for sharing. So
Yeah, and
Tirumala
thank you
is
for the.
Tirupati, Prabhu, yes?
yeah,
Tirupati Balaji. Okay.
Yes.
Tirupati, but it's called Tirumala over there.
Yeah. Thiru means Shri. Thiru means Shri. Thiru is the Tamil word. Shri is a Sanskrit word. Shripati, if we call it Shripati or Tirupati, both are of the same. Thiru means Shri. Thiru is a
Okay.
Tamil word.
Okay,
And thank
Prabhu.
you for the Tripati Prasadam, Prabhu. Thank you
Yeah,
for.
it was so nice, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, so this is Usha Mataji, Prabhu. You were asking Shiv, so I think that's Usha Mataji.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is how, um, but most of the time stayed with the parents. So
Yeah, that is also important, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're aging, and of course, they love to have children back, even if it's for some time. So, yeah, you made a very nice trip, like in 23 days, spending some time for Tirth and most of the time for parents.
uh,
Well, in 3 days, you did lots of in Vrindavan. So good.
Mm.
yeah, it would.
Yes,
I
actually.
thought 7, 8 days, and then I managed to do it. Yeah, you know what they do.
Yeah, one day for travel going and one day coming by flights, and then that is. And then again in my village there is a Sita Rama Kalyanam was happening on the Shri Ram Navami day. So many devotees in the village are together. It is very auspicious, and also it is very rare for such devotees to come and take part. And also Rama Stupa is the Ramakoti Stupa has done. Uh, that is installation of Rama Stupa is people devotees they write Rama's names Shri Rama, Shri Rama, Shri Rama like that up to 10 millions or 1 crore, and it is the mentioning. So after that they keep all these books inside that stupa, which is kind of a small temple which will be covered by all this in all sides by the cement, and then keeping the deities outside. So it will not be open, it will be there for a long time. So that auspicious thing, it has started last year, writing of the Ramakoti. Likewise, in our village, 1 crore, and actually they have printed 2 crores, and some other village they got 1 more crore. And the priest who was doing that thing, uh, the puja and all those things, he got some other devotees also recommended. All of their Ram Koti books are also brought, around 5 to 6 crores of books. I mean, not books, the names which is in the books. All these books are kept there and installed. So got a chance to participate in that one in the one day before the Sita Rama Kalyan. Uh, and all the village people, they're also participating, performing some yajna, fire sacrifice, havan that is happening. I, I was present there. And then next day is the Sita Rama Kalyanam. Devotees just taking all the paraphernalia, roaming around the village, taking everything, and then coming to the temple back, and then performing the marriage ceremony between Sita and Rama. Okay, that took and then took the prasadam there. Everyone get a chance to participate there somewhere or other in a village. Apart from that, as part of Shri Ram Navami, 9 days, every day, all devotees go every day in the evening. They do bhajans, and I went to the bhajan kutir there. Me and my sister were also participated in doing Hare Krishna bhajan. They were singing different kinds of bhajans. They asked me to do bhajan as well. I sing in our own way, our bhajans there. There are two temples are there, so two different Sitaram Kalyans happened within the village. One is the deities installed there, and another temple is with only the pictures, deity pictures. So, which is of the pictures is a very old temple from very long time when the village has formed. Since that time, the village is so constructive, so it contains three streets in the straight way, uh, perpendicular way, and three streets in the parallel way. Likewise, very constructed, very particular, properly constructed that village. In the center of that village, the temple, Rama temple is there. Everyone used to come to the temple. When I was child, it was so auspicious. All children come together if it is evening and do the bhajans. All the spiritual vibrant environment. And then on one day, they take the Rama's picture to the small nearby kind of a forest and then bring back the Lord Rama back into the temple again, just thinking that it is a forest, like a Chitrakoot or um, a different kind of forest. As Rama was in the Aranya was likewise, it's the mood to bring back. So likewise, it has happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's very auspicious, Prabhu, knowing about your village. I mean, we could visualize, as you explained, having a temple, especially Lord Ram and Sita's temple, Ma Sita's temple in the middle of the village, and uh, yeah, that vibes like from you that you get from childhood that you have absorbed, that gives so much of positive energy and transcendental energy, and that manifests later in life. So that shows your deep interest in scriptures, and yeah, and of course you came to Krishna consciousness, but yeah, Lord Ram was always there. It's only incarnations, so different incarnations. So very nice to hear about that pastime as well. So is Tirupati temple near your village, your house?
yes, Mataji, it is. We are from our village. It is walkable distance. From our home, we can see the Shankha Chakra, and then the symbols, the tilak of the Lord, which is on the top of the hill. We can go by walk. It is just only 12 kilometers approximately. We can.
Oh,
Many people go by walk. People they used to do a kind of selling of these palm leaves and so many other things. The fruits they used to walk from the village and then go up to the hill and then sell there and everything and come back in by the evening to home. Everything by walk only. So it's walkable distance.
wow. Blessed to be living in a dham. Like not everybody gets that opportunity to be in a dham. So very nice, Prabhu. Thank you for sharing. Hare Krishna. Sorry, I know it's always nice to hear about these Tirth Yatras when devotees make it, but according to our morning program, we got a bit deviated, but it's okay once in a while, I guess. Yeah, we all enjoyed the katha. Hare Krishna. Maybe, Prabhu, like if you think it's late and not many devotees, we can, if Meena Mataji is okay, we can keep it for next week and you can do a bit of the other, Vaikuntha pastime or however. I mean, we're okay.
Yeah. What about this one, Mataji? The recitation?
Yeah, I'm saying like if everybody is okay, we can do it. Otherwise, we can leave it for next week. I mean, yeah, as you wish, Prabhu.
Uh, yeah, we put the past tense. We can keep it next week, but due to the
Okay.
but I don't know how you want it for with the recitation. You want to do it today or maybe next week?
Because it's 8 o'clock, I think, nearly. Isn't it? That's why.
Okay, yeah, sure, Mataji. So we shall do it in next.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like if there are more devotees also, um, because I think there were 7 allocations, so we can do it for next week. If there are more devotees, because some left, we can do the recitation for next week, and we can do a little bit of the Vaikuntha pastime. Just
Yes.
my thought, Prabhu. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah,
Like you was like color and they write the Ram Nam, like in
yes.
where they write in something you're saying about the write the name of Ram.
Yes, it is Ramakoti. I think they have printed the books and everyone given each book.
Okay, and then you write yourself in the book. Okay.
Yeah, in a book they have given the slots like small boxes, Shri Rama, like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also so many people in India. Okay, understand. Thank you.
Yeah, my mother, she has written that one. Previously, I asked my mother to chant. She was not doing, and later on when she has done all this Shri Rama, she has written four or five books, something like that.
Wow, that's so good.
And then now she could not stop that spiritual activity. So now she is chanting on her own.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's very blissful. I mean, good to know. I mean, it is done in northern parts of India as well. This and they make, in Vrindavan. I think in this one, these Goswamis from Radharaman Temple, they are also starting this initiative, like. Writing, I think Radhe Radhe or Krishna something, I forgot. I saw that we short long time back. So and in these, like, books, they have made, I think one book has got 54,000 or something. So he said, in your lifetime, if you start buying these books, they're just free. I mean, not buying, you just go to the temple, or maybe they can post or something, you give some donation, and they will be like, they have got a team of all these books they're collecting, and they will be solidifying them, I don't know how, and making into bricks, and they will be used in the temple. So a very auspicious purpose. So I heard, and this that in Vrindavan also, one of the temples, they're starting this one. But I forgot, I mean, what the not Ram, but either Krishna or Radhe Krishna or Radhe Radhe something. But yeah, they are also starting this initiative.
Very nice. Yes,
Yeah, I mean, and to see the manifestation, like about Mataji, I mean, your mother, just writing Ram's name, and then it manifests in transcends in a spiritual life in that way. And yeah, in North India, like when in my childhood we used to write Ram's name, like, when we did not knew about Krishna consciousness and all that. Any days, if any trouble comes and we are not able to sort out ourselves, they say write Ram's name. I mean, we used to make our own, maths book. We had this maths book, the square books. So in those squares, we used to write Ram's name, and it's yeah, it I mean, we have seen all those videos, like, where on the seashore people write Ram's name and the wave does not come, and if they don't write, then the wave comes. And yeah, so when they erase, yeah, you had also shared, and I've also seen it earlier on YouTube. So yeah, it's not just a name, it's very powerful mantra now. So writing Lord's name, so we see that happening. So all the problems we used to have, it at childhood we had little problems, but then also it used to vanish. So I can connect what you're saying about Mataji, your mother, that she is now cannot stop. So sweet, very nice, Prabhu, for sharing that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. It's a very
Also, like writing and like pronounce is more you are into, isn't it? Like we write and like say
Yes, yeah, because all our senses
more
are
connected.
engaged.
Yeah,
Yeah, when
yeah, and just chanting, but yeah, it's writing being more connected.
Yeah, because when we chant, sometimes, we are inattentive. You might fall asleep or something, so all our senses might not be engaged. But when we write, we write with all our concentration, so it engages all our senses. In many places, not ISKCON, but in Vrindavan and the other sampradayas about Vaishnav Sampradayas, they say about writing Lord's name, so that to practice this as well, because it may, all your senses are engaged, especially children. If you can engage, it's like if they have problem of concentration and all that, writing Lord's name is a very good exercise, and if you can say that way.
Yeah. So these village people, so one of the kirtans they sing like, I'm asking you to chant the name of Rama, but you are not. You are trying to. You are hesitating to chant. If you chant it, the name of Rama, so you'll be free of all kinds of problems. Do chant. Likewise, they sing in a local language. It is very beautiful. Palakavante palakavemi Ramanamamu. Likewise, it is so beautifully. They come and do the bhajans. Very nice, and so happily they do it. That way, they write all these names as well.
Do you still have many devotees come to the temple? Is it same like when you had in childhood, or things have changed now?
Things have changed, Mataji. Nowadays, people are most of trying to earn money, accumulate money, how much money I have got, how much properties I have got. But they are forgetting about the Rama temple. It is kind of a only occasional thing.
Yeah, so even it's in not only in towns, villages also. Yeah, so it's going that this Mahaprabhu said in every town and village. So it's restarting after the Mughals conquered, because people are forgetting earlier. In your childhood, as mentioned, in our childhood also, not in my birthplace but in my mother's place where she's from, we had this Radha Madhav temple, and every day people are coming there. We used to go there for holidays, come there for puja, morning puja, evening aarti, all the villages gathered. Now we're still in that WhatsApp group, but youngsters, because the uh, my mother's generation, they have become old. Our generation, people have moved out to earn more money, and the next generation, even those are living, the children, they are not so much into like the Vaishnavs, but they are not like into practice. So yeah, the temple, very nice temple, but not so much engaging. They have Harinam, Krishna Katha and everything, but we do not find the same thing. That's why ISKCON is making so much effort to bring it back again to every town and village. It's a new start again. Earlier it was part of our Sanatan Dharma, but people had forgotten for few centuries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very nice how these elders they have formed these temples and bhajan kutis, and then by the evening time, everyone come together and do and follow the processes, and their ways are very nice. But unfortunately, the education, it is not having a Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam stories. They put all these nonsensical things into the education and making the mind is the center point, everything. Now mind gets disturbed. Where is the peace in the life? No peace. But these world ways, everyone come together, though they hard work through the bodily thing, but mind was peaceful. And in the villages, like it is easy to understand Rama Tattvam, but it is not easy to understand Krishna Tattvam. So that's why people, it is easy for them to do Rama bhajans like Palakandi Palakandi Rama Namamu. నోట పలకమంటే పలకరేమి రామనామము మీరు పలకమంటే పలకరేమి రామనామము పలకండి పలకండి రామనామము likewise utter the name of Rama, utter the name of the Rama. Likewise, once you do the chant of Rama, you will see the results of for yourself. Like very beautiful. There's a simple way of the village, way of bhajans in the villages. Their ways so simple.
Yeah, those are becoming priceless experience now. Like we have to travel thousands of kilometers just to experience that for a few days. It's like which was part of a culture, but how things have changed, how Maya, and just we are just getting more and more entangled in that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Did your children enjoy as well? Yeah, the Vrindavan Yatra and the experience in the village.
Children, they have a little bit of thing. They have enjoyed in the Krishna Balrama temple and the restaurants. It is that is the place for them. And the temple is for some time. And going, it is bit hard for them in the very
Yeah, that's yeah.
traveling here and there. But yeah, still they have walked all the way. Though a bit uncomfortable, but they have walked and enjoyed.
So that itself has mercy. Without that, I mean, at such a young age to be able to go to Vrindavan. I mean, of course, I mean, it's not expected at their age to understand all the tattva and all, but to be able to visit Vrindavan, the most important dham is like slowly the seed is there. You have given them, and you're giving them the tattvas as well. So slowly later, they will absorb the blissfulness, the nectar of it. So, but yeah, I know it's this time India is very very hot, like it's proper summer. So that walking there is also not easy, and yeah. So
And that's this one. Um, Even I was not endeavoring to go to Vrindavan. Only my wife took me there. So she has got some kind of a desire that wanted to fulfill for long desire. And it is her endeavor. I got a chance to go with her.
so yeah, it's Lord's pastime, you know. Even if we think on our own, because we as you're the main member of the family, so like head of the family, you think, oh, it's like taking everybody is such big hassle, summer, this, that, it's better to go to village and all. But it's like Krishna who just, you know, put that's all glories to Mataji that she had that desire, and because of her, so Krishna made it that way that you all can go and enjoy. So it's very nice to hear that Mataji wanted to go.
And one more thing, when I was once my slippers lost, I walked all the Vrindavan with with barefoot, and though it is so hot in the hot weather.
So that's why Lord, like, you know, yeah, everybody in Vrindavan, they, so, you know, how it's such little leelas, like how they manifest and you just enjoy, appreciate it. So they happen for a reason. Yeah, Baki Bihari temple, I think the system, as I've seen, like they go from one gate and come out from another. So there's no point like coming back again if you're very tired to come. And I think, what festival was there during, I think, Holi? Yeah, there were 4 lakhs, I think 4 lakhs slippers left, and you know they had to call these um, you know rag pickers. They had to call them to, and with big bags they were showing like how people come, and they so much of rush and pushing that uh, they get so exhausted that they don't come back for the slippers. I said, okay, 50 rupees slipper, let it go. But if in your case, Lord wanted you to, because when the Vrindavan, it's best to be going, if you can manage, your health permits to go barefoot. So Lord arranged for you to go barefoot. So that's how it is, to reflect on that like that.
I just felt the same. Other Prabhuji, though he has been there for many years, he never uses the slippers. He was walking all just barefoot only. Nice. But it was a bit difficult for me. So, like in UK, even I did not go outside without anything. It's just like a skin, even the foot. But once you walk it there, it became a bit hard. That
Yeah, so Lord gives that,
Usually,
Lord gives.
Vrindavan Krishna has barefoot, so like most of them do this Vrindavan Parikrama barefoot.
And even, if you see these, people riding the scooties and bikes, they also go barefoot. So, we don't usually see that any other place. But in Jagannath Puri or Vrindavan, you see this pandas and everybody who's got a bike, they also go barefoot in the dham. So, yeah, I mean, we find like we cannot think of driving the car or bike without uh, slippers. But Lord, just if you have, He will arrange the leelas He wants.
it's so blissful.
And my also sleeper mostly lost in ISKCON temple. Like once my lost in Mayapur and once we went like ISKCON also and Prayagraj. Excellent.
Yeah, when we go to we need to be prepared that we should not go with the all nice dresses and jewelries and clothes and shoes like that. We need to go like a, I think there is, if when you are going to temples, go like ordinary clothes, ordinary way of dressing, and so that you will not be concentrating your thing on your things. So instead, you will concentrate on the deities, and then how you can render service like with all other everyone else. If you go in a very beautiful dresses and ornaments and everything, you will be attraction for everyone, you will be distracting everyone, you need to protect yourself, and it is not a uh, favorable thing if you wanted to take darshan and feel that spiritual vibrations.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Yeah. And yeah, one more thing I wanted to add, like when Meena Mataji asked, like, Vrindavan, the Vrajvasis, they did not consider in this purport that as Krishna as Bhagavan. So that is also part of Krishna's arrangement, because when Lord Ram came, he came as an like Maryada Purushottam avatar. So he did his pastimes, all these dharmas, all the dharmas, like he had to do, but he did not have many friends. He hardly had. And in the going to Lanka, then he had these monkeys who helped the Vanar Sena. But after that, like even when he was the king, when he was doing his Raj Dharma and all, coming back to Ayodhya, a family also left, like Sita Devi and Love Kush were born in the forest. So he did not enjoy. He just Lord kept on, doing his duties, dharma, responsibilities. So that is what he shows as Lord Ram. So next life he wanted to come and have no maryada, like no. So he was like a thief. He was like, he's showing all this, having so many wives, this that, because he knew that Kali Yuga is approaching, and you cannot stick to like what in Trita Yuga Ram did. You cannot do the same thing as the yugas. Go more towards Kali Yuga. So Krishna knew that if we put the same things, same principles as Lord Ram has done, nobody will follow dharma. People will go away. So he wanted to have association of the devotees, just enjoy, have fun. So all is when after Vrindavan he became like, of course, he's showing as Bhagavan, his Bhagavan roop, like in Mathura he killed the demons, and then Dwarka, and then Hastinapur. So that went more serious, like as an adult. But in Vrindavan, he just wanted to take rest, have fun with Sakhya Ras, Vatsalya Ras, Madhurya Ras. So that's why he did not wanted him to be considered as Bhagwan. He wanted to enjoy uh, with unconditional love with the Brajavasis. That's why they consider him as an object of love. So even the gopis, they are scolding him, they're complaining to Mother Yashoda that he's stealing, then they're stealing the gopis clothes and all that, like so this, it's very different from Lord Ram. So the mood is quite different. But whenever it comes to Leela, that of course, but of course we should not, as ordinary people, we should not never try to replicate that, because at the same time he could lift Govardhan, which we cannot. He killed so many demons at a young age, which we cannot. So the Sahajiyas might think it's just, how can he be God? But it's a different tattva. Like, to understand Vrindavan tattva, it's very, very deep. So though he was not like in his God form, he through his Leela, he just wanted to enjoy the rasas, different rasas which he missed in his previous pastimes. So that's the reason he was like, this is unconditional love, and he wanted to be everybody's object of love. Like, um, like with Krishna, it's like, with your five senses, you can. He's more merciful. He is more merciful in the sense that because as I was mentioning, like after Dwapar, towards the end of Dwapar, he came. So he knew that people will have shorter duration of time. In that time they have to perform everything, like your education, marriage, children, vanvas, whatever you want to do. You have so less time, so you have to do everything. So Krishna has given, even as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, naam, through his naam, through his, even in his name Lord is present. So if you're able to see him, of course we get Krishna is means all attractive. So he's attractive even through all our senses. If you just hear his name, we feel attraction. We hear his katha, we feel attracted. If we see him, we get attracted. If you go to the temple, the different smells of incense, flowers, and bhoga, you get attracted. So if you are able to do service with your hands, of course you get definitely attracted. So all our senses, all our sensories, if we get attracted. And what about like chanting the name, holy name? So Lord is giving mercy like that, and through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he has made it even more accessible, that you do not have to follow so much restrictions as in Satyuga and Dwapar and Treta. So it just to make it easier, because he knew that people in Kali, he's more merciful, because he thinks even Ajamil, he was calling his son's name Narayan, but he got delivered. So he is more merciful to the people of Kali Yuga. It was not same like the even Hiranyakashipu or Ravan, they had to do so thousands of years of prayers just to get darshan of Lord and all. So that's why we see he's more merciful. And in Vrindavan, they say Radhe Radhe. That was very sweet pastime I heard from one of the Vrindavan. It is not from ISKCON, but yeah, why do they say Radhe Radhe? Because when Krishna left, so their object of love, it was gone. So, even the, let alone the Brajvasis, these trees, flowers, the bees, the flies, the butterflies, that everybody was like getting so uh, upset and sad that Krishna has left, and seeing them, like seeing the nature around, Radharani was getting very disturbed. Like, of course she was disturbed that Krishna has left, but being the nature around Vrindavan, that everybody is upset, it was making her so upset. So, his father, Vishwabhanu, he could not take it, like, so whenever people in the Brajvasi, there was ha Krishna, Krishna has left, so they are just crying in Krishna's separation. So Radharani could not step out of the house, like she was always like on her own, she's upset, and then the mood of Vrindavan was making her more upset. So Vishwanu then said, don't, if you want Radharani to be alive, please don't take name of Krishna, because otherwise she will leave her body. She's so upset. So then the Brajbasis decided, okay, so now we do not have Krishna and we do not want to make Radharani upset, so we'll say Radhe Radhe, because now Radharani, Vrindavan belongs to Radharani, so that's why they say Radhe Radhe. So that was a beautiful pastime. I thought I'll just share.
Oh, thank you, Mataji. That's so beautiful. I didn't know about that. Thank you for sharing.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Radhe Radhe. Very nice.
Yeah, and everywhere they write also, everywhere they go, no Krishna, it's only Radhe Radhe, everywhere.
Ladly, Radhe
Yeah,
Radhe.
Ladli, yeah, so Ladli, so that she can stay rest of the time there. So they started calling, and then only she started, getting back to her self. So that was, when you realize all these deep pastimes through the Vrajvasis, the mood, though I have not been there, but like I just live in Vrindavan consciousness through learning more about Vrindavan and with visualizing. So no, I haven't been to Vrindavan. No. No, she Radharani hasn't,
Yeah, I'm
showered
not
enough
much into
mercy.
Radharani.
You need mercy to go there. So just, but Lord wants to, but somehow I can visualize things like when I see there and hear the pastimes through the Vajvasis. So that's one of my favorite pastime. Whenever I not like I don't get much time otherwise, but when I get, I see these videos and listen to Vrajvasis. So this is like makes me quite, when I'm upset, yeah, Vrindavan keeps me alive. So this Bhandir one pastime I read about, like 5 or 6 years back, 5 years during COVID. So that was such an amazing thing. It came and when they say in Braj Bhasha, and if you can understand that, it's more when it's translated, as Prabhu says, like in the Sanskrit, when it's translated to English, we do not get the ras. So when you hear these Brajvasi speaking, now some of them make videos and shorts and all that in the Braj Bhasha, and if you understand, it's very sweet. It's very sweet. So to be relished.
Yeah, that's really true. Yeah, and they feel from their heart, like they experience all this because they are there.
Yeah.
So they know everything. And it's really nice to hear. Their bhav is so nice when we Pali one. So when the prasad, like, come on my home, get here. It's lotla and all this. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Makhan, and all this they give.
This is the Mataji was speaking on Indileka Mataji. She is the Indileka
Oh,
Mataji.
she's saying,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Oh, nice.
She was speaking on this Katha. Indileka Bhandirvani.
Okay. And you got association with her. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, she cooked that rice and gave it to her.
Wow, that's so good.
These are her videos. In the lake.
Nice.
Just I don't know if you could if you wanted to hear what she would say. Just a few words from her. I have not got a chance until I met her. And this one is
सैंपल्स है ना हाँ टेबल पड़ा था और यहाँ पर जो ब्राह्मण पत्नियां थी यज्ञ पत्नियां वो नित्य काना को भोजन प्रसाद खिलाने के लिए हांडी बनने आती थी और हमारी राधा रानी ने इस स्थान के लिए बहुत ही विशेष बात कही थी कि जो भी गुप्त वृंदावन आएगा वो मोक्ष को प्राप्त होगा इतनी बड़ी बात को कह रही हूँ लोग पाप करेंगे और सीधे दौड़े हांडी में चले जाएंगे क्योंकि आपको मोक्ष धाम की हांडी पर कह दिया तब हमारी राधा रानी ने कहा जिंदगी का मैं जिस पर विशेष कृपा और जिसके प्रति मेरी भक्ति भाव दोनों सच्चे हैं और भक्त मेरे सादे उपस्थित हैं यानी जब राधा रानी का विवाह हुआ था तो 1 करोड़ जीव सीट की शादी में उपस्थित था मनुष्य तो कोई था नहीं तो अपने आप को कीड़े मकोड़े घास फूस पतझड़ पक्षी इत्यादि अपने आप को मान सकते हो जो भक्त उनकी शादी में उपस्थित था वो भक्त कई बार वृंदावन आएगा जब जाके मुक्त वृंदावन आएगा और डायरेक्ट ही नहीं किसी ना किसी के माध्यम से इस स्थान तक पहुंचने के लिए माध्यम का होना बहुत जरूरी है और सारा श्रेय भी माध्यम को जाता है क्योंकि माध्यम ही हमें ऐसे दिव्य स्थान पर पहुंचाता है क्योंकि घंटे प्रवेश करेगा प्रवेश करने से जो कानानी 14 लीलाएं घंटे बन के अंदर उनके दर्शन मात्र का फल प्राप्त होगा और जो भी आप जिनका प्रसाद पाएगा रात्रि निवास वो इस ब्रज गौरव धाम से ठाकुर जी के गौरव धाम हो जाएगा क्योंकि हमारे ठाकुर जी ने गौरव धाम को ही ब्रज 84 कोष में बांटा है आप यहाँ पे जो भी दर्शन करोगे वो मानव यज्ञ दर्शन या प्रकृति के देन के दर्शन होंगे जैसे आप इस भांडे वर्ड का दर्शन कर रहे हो ठाकुर जी के गौरव धाम में ब्रह्म वैवर्त पुराण में इसका प्रसंग आता है कि ठाकुर जी के गौरव धाम में विद्या नदी के किनारे एक भांडे वट है यानी यमुना महारानी का नाम ही गौरव धाम में विद्या है और उसके किनारे भांडे वट है यानी यहाँ पे भी यमुना महारानी के किनारे आप भांडे वट का दर्शन कर सकते हैं कहते हैं भक्त का दर्शन कर ले दर्शन मात्र से ही उसे दोबारा किसी भी गर्भ में जाना नहीं पड़ता, यानी भक्त 84 लाख योनियों से मुक्त हो जाता है और मोक्ष को प्राप्त करता है। अगर कोई भक्त भंडे में नाम आना चाहता है या हमसे मिलना चाहता है तो हमारा कॉन्टेक्ट नंबर है 9818847055। इस कॉन्टेक्ट के माध्यम से आप हमसे मिल सकते हैं और इस धाम से भी जुड़ सकते हैं। राधे राधे। Sandra.
So that is the pastimes of Bhandirvan, the Mataji. If anyone is going to Bhandirvan, so you can call her number and then you can meet her.
Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing here.
I don't understand completely, but I understand Madhyam, Golok, and Yamuna Mataji and Radharani. So, and
Yeah, so she's saying that nobody was present during this Vivaha. Only 1 crore, insects and all, they were there. So, those jivas, when they have like moved into other forms of life and maybe got human body, they can only because they were present. So Radharani said only they can come to this Vandirban because Radharani has invited. So all those insects, that's what she mentioned. I think that's yeah, keet patang. So that's insects. So if they, I'll have to listen it again, but I might be wrong. But I think that's what, because she mentioned nobody, nobody was there. In person. So only Brahmaji and Vrishbhanuji and Radha and Krishna. So all those insects, like when they have manifested, got in human form, they can only, through the invitation who were there, they can only come to Gupta. This is Gupta Vrindavan. So coming to Gupta Vrindavan, they get moksha. You go to Golak Vrindavan, you do not come back again. And then she was saying that it's only through the mercy of Radharani, not everybody can go there, which I mentioned, earlier when you mentioned that. So, and she was mentioning that this is at the banks of Yamuna River, and so Golok Vrindavan, their pastimes, when they manifested in the 84 Chorashi course, they say this area. So they had a similar kind of setup because Radharani, she did not want to come here for the Leela. She was happy in Golok Vrindavan, and Krishna said, okay, you will all, Yamuna Devi, Yamuna Maharani will be there. So, and then, what was that? And once something else she mentioned, it will be there. So please come down on the earth for the Leela. So that's why she came down. So that's what she mentioned for the Bhulok Leela and Vrindavan.
Yeah, so fortune of Radharani, we got this like Govardhan Hill and Yamuna River and all this.
Yeah, Giriraj also said, I
Radharani
come.
requires, then only she comes, and that is for our benefit,
And then Brahmaji also wanted to come, but he's not allowed. Like no places he's worshipped. So he also wanted to come. So but rather Krishna did not agree to it. So in Vrindavan he's not there, but Radharani is more merciful. So this is not in this video. I'm telling from some other pastime. So Radharani wanted Brahmaji said, I want you to walk. I want your lotus feet on my head. So I want to serve you. So that's why, when we go to Barsana, I've heard there's a hill called Brahmachalam. So on that, which is considered as the head of Brahmaji. So people walk on that, the hill, from where the steps are to go to Varsana. That is Brahmachalam hill. So they said, like when these devotees, they go to Barsana and take the dust of Radharani's lotus feet and they come back. So that's how Brahmaji is getting the dust of Radharani's lotus feet. And also Radharani, when she used to come down and up Barsana, the hill, then he used to get that lotus feet. So that's how Brahmaji is serving. So apart from Pushkar, there is no temple of Brahmaji due to the curse, and we know the story, but Radharani allowed. So that's why we have the Brahmachalam hill in Varsana. Yeah. So
Is it the Bhanugad Mataji?
I Prabhu, might not know the exact place, but this pastime is where is Brahmachal hill, wherever it is. I don't know. You might be right because I haven't been there, but and that yeah, hill is there. So might not be Brahmachal. It might be Yanbhanu. Wherever you're saying, Prabhu, it might be right. I might not, because these pastimes I heard a few years during COVID time. I heard all that. So it might not remember the exact place, but yeah, this pastime is there.
So the Radharani's temple on top of the hill, that is the main one. It is called, I think they were saying Bhanugad, something like that. Is it the same Brahmachal hill? So that is my,
I have to check, Prabhu. I'm not sure.
so that is the main one where Radharani's temple is there. We go by walk on top of the hill.
It's in Varsana, Prabhu. It's showing. It's called Gevar 1. Gevar 1 Varsana. Brahma Parvat. It's in place called Nitya Vihar.
Yes, that is also the, I think all of those four hills, Radharani is wandering
Oh,
all.
not Brahmachal. I think Brahmagiri. Yeah.
Was was saying Bhanugad, something like Bhanugad, Dhanugad, Managad, and Vilasagad. For Ghar, I mean Ghar, Bhanugad. I think it's Bhanugad, Bhanugad, Managad,
Yeah,
Man.
there are four those girls, Mangad and Bhanugad. They are for different pastimes, but Brahmachal Parvat, I mean, it's in Varsana. It's when we go to the temple in Varsana, the hill where the steps are, they walk. I think that is Brahmachal. I think because the palace of where Vishvanuji, it's just at the top of the Brahmachal. So yeah, I think that is the one. No, not in the different girls, Prabhu. It's wherever Ladli ji she was used to live in a palace. That Parvat, that hill is called Brahmachal.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what Brahmaji wanted. Like, every day she used to come up and down the hill.
Mm.
So then Brahmaji will get the lotus feet, dust of the lotus feet. That's what his desire was. That's how she fulfilled.
Yeah.
Right.
Very nice, Mataji, to hear all these pastimes about. Uh, so this is it is mentioned Bhanugar. This is the Bhanugar hill, which that is the Vishvanu's home, and where Ladliki Maharaj, the temple is there. If you just even check in the Google, so Radharani temple in Barsan is situated on Bhanugar Hill, a hill that is approximately 250 meters is height. The temple is dedicated to the goddess Radha. It is a significant historical temple in the Barsana region, a town often associated with Radha's upbringing. Maybe until the steps, it could be the Brahma.
Okay, I'll find out more, Prabhu. Because you have been there, you will know the facts, and you have been with the guide, so you might know more. But somewhere it's there, Brahmachal. So which one is that exact place? I might not know. So that's what I'm saying. So I'll find out more. Yeah. Hare
So, those were the four: Bhanagar, Dhanagar, Managar, Vilasagar. The four. Okay.
Oh, so actually they are the four heads of Brahmaji. That's what.
Yeah, four heads of them. And also nearby, we could see, we haven't gone there. There is a Lalita's temple. We could see from the Radharani's temple. It's a bit far away. We did not get a chance to go there. We could see that at Lalita's temple. And we see in the next to the Radha Kunda, there is a Lalita Kunda as well. But Lalita Kunda is, I think, a bit of most of fungus and algae, those things, and lotus plants have been grown up there. But it is not that much clean or maintained. And Prabhuji was mentioning Lalita is the source or the Durga form. And we have got Lalita Sahasranama, I think, scriptures, Lalita Sahasranam. So I was just contemplating that Lalita could be the same thing. Lalita is another name of Durga and Durga Mata as well. And she was mentioning this Lalita, who is the Radharani Saki, uh, who is also Durga Mata. Something like that. He was mentioning about it. Okay, any other things they do with it? Very beautiful to hear, and these pastimes of Vrindavan. I think it would be nice if you are staying in the Vrindavan as a sangha there and with a guide, and he will be explaining everything to us as well. Staying there for a longer period. Of course, a permanent residence, I do not know.
Yes, Prabhu, maybe when this immediate material responsibility is done, we can go for retreats like as a sangha. That will be good for a longer time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also there was another, maybe for some other day, it's already getting late. If I would, Mirabai. So it's a beautiful pastime about Mirabai as well. Who was she in the past life? But I mean, of course, ISKCON does not recognize Mirabai because, we go by scriptures, we miss so much tattva. All these tattva, they're coming from Brajvasi's mouth, direct from them. So they have lived and seen it. So all these 5,000 years, we see this and preserved. But of course, nobody has, they keep it in their heart. They tell if somebody asks. Otherwise, they don't tell. So very deep. Mirabai, like how her life was also, she was one of, in the pastime of Krishna, she was there and then she became Mirabai. So there's another pastime about her as well.
Yes, Mataji. I also went to Mirabai's the temple.
Madhu or Madhavi, something her name was. Yeah, he was one of his.
Madhvi.
Madhavi. Yeah.
Because his husband, when he get married, said never seen
Yeah.
Krishna.
Don't
And
show
when
Krishna your
Govardhan
face.
Leela,
Yeah.
he just see the Krishna, and then he was on for love, but Krishna didn't change his face, because he doesn't want after. And then how he Mirabai. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much about that. Such a beautiful pastime and so much but in ISKCON, they don't glorify these Mirabai bhajans, like in this and that mood of vairagi, separation, viraha. The viraha ras, I mean, what she has sung to just have Krishna as a husband. I mean, but just because it's not mentioned, they don't glorify all those beautiful Mirabai bhajans. And that's because, Prabhupada, he said he has only done 50%. He did not have time to do that. So it's up to the devotees there to find out and all that and glorify such, such devotees of Krishna who were so sincere. But somehow female, I mean, of course, this part and all these bhajans, and they are not, because then they ISKCON has put their own regulations that it's not in KK songs, this, that, and all that, and they don't see the mood of viraha and separation and the words, each verse, the line of each Mirabai bhajans, it's so deep. You'll bring tears in your eyes when you just understand the meaning of it. So yeah, there's so much. Might not be Vaishnava. She was not a Vaishnava, definitely, but maybe because Prabhupada just follow the Gaudiya Vaishnava culture and He has not that, but the rasa is still there. I mean, it's when you hear that, you still understand their mood as devotees. I mean, so basically, the one line that is highlighted, their object of love. So that's what Krishna was. It's unconventional They were unconventional devotees of the Lord. That line is important because it's not like marrying to Krishna, just not marrying anybody, being a princess also. So that thing, and that was because she was in the pastime of, and Krishna mentioned that when you uh, uh, sing these songs, then people will understand the mood of separation in Kali Yuga. So that's why she sung all these bhajans.
And then I heard like Krishna came as Bhagwan, it was one of his rupa. Because he's a poison, like when Mirabai was drinking,
Yeah.
Krishna had saved her. So it's Krishna came, so it's one of his, like nursing a rupa. All this one is like wish.
And then he said, then you will go to the temple and you'll just, like, how Mahaprabhu, he got merged into Tota Gopinath temple. So in the deities, similarly, Mirabai also, after drinking that, she just merged into the deity of Krishna in the temple.
Oh, sis, after straight away, after drinking this.
Yeah, so she went for worship. Yeah, she went into the temple for her archana, and then they only found her sari. She did not, I mean, on the floor. So she had, merged. So Krishna mentioned in the Govardhan pastimes, he mentioned that will happen to her, Madhavi.
Is the Madhavi is the Gopi Mataji, Gopika?
Not Gopi Prabhu. It was basically, maybe I'll say this and then I'll need to sign off, Prabhu, because it's getting late for children's activities. But yeah, quickly. So, one of the Sakhas, I forgot his name, he got married. And then this with this lady called Madhavi. So Madhavi's mother said, you're going to a village where Krishna is there and he's very naughty, and you don't show your face to Krishna, otherwise you will lose your heart to her. Yeah, so she used to keep this ghungat, head covered like the Vrajvasis do. So say she used to keep her head covered, and Krishna, playfully, he was just a boy. So many times he had gone to Madhavi and said, "Oh, show your face, show your face." And Madhavi said, "No, no, I'm not going to show my face." I said, "Oh, Bhabi. Bhabi means like sister-in-law. Please, please." He was begging that, please show your face. But Madhavi, every time she listened to her mother, never showed her face. So then this Govardhan pastime happened when Krishna has lifted the Govardhan as a 6-year-old, so on his left finger, then all the Vrajvasis, they're, lifting their head like that and saying, wow, like in awestruck, they're listening to, looking at Krishna. So that time, Madhavi also, she removed her head cover, and she saw that Krishna has lifted that. Oh, then initially, because she had not seen him, so she thought she's just a playful, naughty boy. That's what she thought. Mother has not told anything more about it, about Krishna. So, but when she saw this, she was like amazed. Oh my God, he is the supreme personality. He's not just like a normal boy. Nobody can lift it like that. So, but and then she had tears in her eyes. So because the tears, she could not see Krishna properly. Her eyes got blurred, and then she rubbed her eyes to see. After wiping her tears, she wanted to see more, but Krishna, somehow he was giving darshan to everybody, but his face blurred when Madhavi wanted to see. So she did not get any darshan of Krishna. Standing there 7 days, they stood, but Madhavi did not get darshan, and she was so much like repenting that, oh, why did I listen to my mother, and why I did not show my face, and she's asking for forgiveness. So Krishna said, and that is your punishment, like you will be able to love me through separation, viraha. And but in your next life, when you come as Mirabai, so you can get me as your husband, and you can. But of course, I mean, we understand that in material life, it's not possible. So she got married to somebody else, actually, but she always considered Krishna as a husband. So, and then, but in the mood of separation, she sang all those bhajans. So that's what it is like. Uh, she is the embodiment of separate. Of course, Radharani is there, but Mirabai is also there. So that's a little pastime. She was not Sakhi, but she was like she came married, like one of Sakha's wife.
Right, okay. Yeah. Very beautiful, Mataji, hearing about this one and connecting to Mirabai. Is Mirabai was conscious of her past life?
That I don't know. Yeah, must be. I don't know. Somehow it must, even if she was not conscious about the whole pastime, but from the very beginning how she loved Krishna. So, but Krishna has told her that you will be Mirabai. So I mean, whether she remembered that or not, we do not have it in scriptures. So I don't have any reference for that. But Vrajvasis, when you listen from Vrajvasis, they say that Krishna has told that you will be Mirabai to her. So, but whether she remembered, we do not have any reference, because then we are only hearing one side, like from the Vrajvasis. But Mirabai was born in, I think, Rajasthan or somewhere. Not, so we do not have any reference of that. So scriptural reference. So we cannot connect to that.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, but sometimes Kabir Das, as one doha I forgot. He says, if you just read book, of course reading books is very important, but nobody becomes vidwan, like wise, just by reading books. By seeing and hearing, also, I mean, apart from reading books, you absorb all these leelas and pastimes. So you have to keep our eyes and ears open to listen to all this, because not everything is written in the books. Because Vrajvasis, they were not like, they were absorbed in loving Krishna so much, but they were not so much literate to write all this, uh, to pass it on to other people. So whoever comes who has got the mercy, they only get to hear all these Gupta leelas. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sorry I took a bit of time.
Very nice, Mataji, to hear these pastimes about the devotees. Wherever you go, hearing about the devotees connecting to the Lord, that is the most relishing part. In the temples, like I was in the villages, after doing all this Mangala, this Premadhvani, they say, Mira Bhai ki jai, Saku Bhai ki jai, Kabir Das ki jai. So they will put list of the names of all the devotees for connecting to the Lord. It is so nice to hear. But we don't get the chance. But here in our lineage, we see all our devotees, Gaudi Sampradaya devotees. Yeah, it's not everything included in this con, but there are so much of things outside as well. Very beautiful. Okay, thank you, Mataji. Okay, anything else?
Yeah, so Kabir said, like, books, reading books, that was a doha about. I don't remember it. And nobody becomes vidwan, but that prem, that word, it's 2.5 words in Hindi, and when you write prem. So just dhai akshar prem ke, so that no understanding love about the Lord, then you become wise. Pandit, or that's what he says, of course. But and that's how it has been the mood of Vraj. So they keep to object of love is their only thing, and unconventional love, not through pothi or books. So yeah, that's all, Prabhu. I'll just finish with that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, very beautiful, Mataji. Thank you so much. Yes. So we don't get everything by reading thing. It may come to one extent, because to establish the philosophy and standing on the right platform, Later on, we don't need books. That is Krishna's statement as well, as he was mentioning to Arjuna. न हम वेदैः न तपसा न दानेन चेज्झया शक्य एवं विदो द्रष्टुं दृष्टवानसि मां यथा. So we need to approach the devotees. This is Vina Mahatpada Rajobhishekam. Mahatpada Rajobhishekam. Associate with the devotees and living as Garingi Mataji was saying, Madravasa, something like that. Some few things we are always to have devotees and Madravasa near to Yamuna holy rivers and bhajan kutis and somewhere other engaging in the devotional service all the time. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
We are in the Vrindavan.
Yeah, today we were in Vrindavan consciousness, so yeah, definitely Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe.
Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, so devotees, anything else, or we shall conclude and continue with further japa. Asha Mataji,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I'm just listening to all the captain. Thank you.
okay, thank you, Mataji. Gange Mataji,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
you wanted to share anything, Mataji?
Yes, you all are talking about a holy place in Vrindavan. So nice to hear, Prabhuji. You all have experience. So very nice visit holy place Dham, Vrindavan Dham. So I heard Prabhuji little bit. I don't understand. So very nice. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so Gange Mataji is the treasure of knowledge and the mellows and moods. When Mataji opens her mouth, she shares little bit, but it is very nice. Thank you, Mataji.
Very true. Yeah, it's very nectarian. She talks very less, but she conveys the crust of it. Yeah, main tattva.
No, Mataji. No.
Hare Krishna.
To main tattoo. Yeah, definitely.
Mataji, you all pray for me.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mataji. So, okay, so we shall now conclude and continue with the japa. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय की जय
Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास